we left our party, they were spiraling wildly out of control as Elapaero, and the other pilot were fighting over control over who gets to actually pilot the shuttle as it heads its way over the moon of Ivorin.
Wow,
Now,
I don't remember that.
Now,
me neither.
Elapaero, was really insisted on piloting this thing. He's like, look, I'm a pilot. I've been a pilot for like 100 or so years. Good night, Myron. Have a good job interview tomorrow. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, guys. I know what I'm doing. The other guy's like, but it's my job. You don't understand. Look, I only get one job in this stupid rock, and it's to fly this stupid shuttle. And Elapaero's like, well, then you should go out and get another job. Give me that. And, no. So the ship's just kind of barreling through space right now.
So is this like the thing where we now flash back to what happened before we led to this situation?
Yes. So
it comes down and says, maybe wondering how I got here.
Yeah, that's only been a couple of days, really. So you guys are not actually doing that. Instead, you are at the shuttle. Although I do actually want to know, legitimately,
I rolled an 8 on my charisma.
Oh my god. Here, I'll roll his charisma real quick here. 18 on the dice. So he's like, listen.
You listen here.
This is my shuttle, and I'm going to pilot it. I was actually going to give you the option of if you wanted to pilot it or not, or if you're going to let the NPC pilot it.
Well, I can't talk my way into the pilot seat, so...
Okay. I like the idea that you walk over and you're like, hey.
I got this.
Let me pilot. Okay. No, okay. So you are NPCing your way over there. And as you're doing so, you... Excuse me.
No.
You... forgive me, there's a piece of paper that was handed to you, Aberoon, as you were heading out. Now, this paper was handed in secret, and you haven't looked at it yet because you haven't had a chance to.
No. But I mean, I'm so incredibly used to having pieces of paper handed to me that, I probably just disregard it for a moment and then realize I'm not in the Senate floor. I should probably look at this.
Oh, right. So you glance at it, and it informs you that there have been investigations recently at the mining facility, the station, trying to figure out how it is that so many pirate attacks have been able to hit areas that, frankly, they shouldn't be able to hit. Now, they have a couple of leads. One of them is, of course, the place you're going to, but the other one is on the tidal-bound side of the moon.
Okay.
Excuse me. And it gives you exact coordinates for where that is and all that fun stuff. And it basically implies that you should try to make your way there as quickly as possible because, there was literally a pirate attack of, like, an hour ago on you.
Okay, so I'll look at that and then pass it over to Eros and say, it looks like they've got some coordinates for us to head to if we want to investigate these things. We probably should. After all, this does result in us getting our ship permit. But we have location we're headed to now, and assuming there's nothing there, I guess we'll head to the tidal-locked portion of the moon. Am I correct in that chain of events right there?
Well, I mean, if you want to go to the intended destination first, that's up to you. It will change things, I'll just tell you right now.
Is the tidal-locked portion of the moon like a short detour?
No, it's like way over there. It's not completely the opposite direction, but it's like a 90-degree shift to the left.
So, Eros, if you, given your vast knowledge of spacefaring, if you were going to be launching these attacks, which location would you choose?
As a target or as a base? I'm not sure what your question is. Okay.
Put yourself in the headspace of a pirate really quick.
Yarr!
There we go. Kitalo, you should be a pirate too. Excellent.
No.
I know you said it, even though you're muted, but we appreciate the effort.
mean, I don't know if you have any combat experience. I'm just asking as, someone who's piloting ships, the ranges, that kind of stuff.
And it's the tidal locked area, or what? What was the other one?
Just another facility that's under the purview of Granville, which is the mining corporation. Just like the station you just left.
Okay.
But it's in the dark side of the moon.
Light side, actually. Or no, you're right. It would be the dark side. My bad. I think. I'm not sure of my lunar geography, so.
Do we know of any?
Not in a synchronous orbit, then it wouldn't have a dark side like our moon.
Hmm.
Do we know if there are any structures in that tidally locked area?
No idea.
Okay.
Scanners that... so as you know, these scanners that were down on the planet are actually really, really high-tech and very advanced and rely on the ley line, so they don't work at all off-planet. Spacebound scanners are actually a lot less sophisticated and are closer to traditional radar than anything else in terms of function. You can tell something's there, and generally it's direction, but that's basically it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, you've got a structure that already exists that you could potentially take over, or the mysterious area that has not been explored.
Oh, when you say mysterious area that has not been explored to him, he just says, well, that's probably where I'd go then.
Of course.
Maybe we should check that out before we head over to some old other boring station.
Real quick, who in chat wants to be the NPC pilot? Who wants to be the NPC pilot who kind of talks like this?
Nobody?
Oh no, they won't answer for about 30 seconds. But
yeah, remember, stream delay.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. So, how do I make that into a name? My name's Bob, but you can call me the Lord of Mordor, number 7.
I didn't know they had such an interesting naming scheme up in this station.
Well, there's 7 Lords of Mordor, and I'm actually the 7th, which is the most lordiest of all the Lords of Mordor.
Either that or he's a clone.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
Is this like some sort of like Blue Angels regiments, Lords of Mordor? Or?
Well, I don't want to talk about it. I've got, it's kind of on the down low. I'm not supposed to talk about it with civilians like yourself.
Friend computer wants to know what your security clearance is.
Okay, I turn immediately to Eros and say, I want you to fly the ship.
Hey, give me that back! He does a strength roll to hold on to the controls. Oh, I rolled good, too. I rolled well, I suppose I should say. Get a little, what are you doing? Other than being muted. I know you're muted. I'm aware. You don't have to tell me twice.
Waiting till someone needs medical attention, and or I would have scanned the dude first, but...
Okay. Oh, Lord of Mordor, what race are you? What species?
Just pick one. Anyone. From anywhere.
Within reason. I don't know. Mike Tyson doesn't sound like a guy who would hit hard. A spirit. Okay, pick something else.
A spirit thing.
He's a fairy.
Or fairy, yeah.
Yeah, he's a fairy. And he's got really small wings.
He has
kind
a
of
weird goblin
problem.
voice, and he's a fairy.
And he's a fairy. And his wings are really small for some reason. So.
And he's basically round.
And he's very round. So, are you going to try and wrest the controls away from him, Elipero?
I fail.
Okay. No, give me those. Give me those. Listen, you already tried to talk me out of this. I am piloting this. Now, you'll excuse me, we have a schedule to keep.
Yes, you do know where the coordinates are heading to, right?
Of course. We're heading to... It rattles them off.
Which one did you say? The station or the...
The outpost that you know is there. The warehouse is actually what it is.
Okay.
That's not where we want to go.
No, that's actually where we're going second.
What? That's not on the schedule. And he pulls up... Hang on one moment. Hang on.
Well, my man, I put my hand on his shoulder.
Hang on.
It's a little bit of an unscheduled thing because you see, we're investigating pirates. We don't want them to know that we're coming.
Oh my god, there's pirates! That sounds awesome!
Yeah, but
I can't wait to fight some pirates!
Give me an awareness roll, really quick.
Okay.
He is a pirate.
No!
That's a natural 20.
Oh my god. So you see him hit a
that's
little
an 18.
switch. You see him hit a little switch on the side.
Okay.
As he's, like, pontificating.
Oh man, that sounds exciting. I can't wait to fight some pirates. That sounds fantastic.
Great. So, I ask. Eros, what does that switch do?
What?
There, okay. Roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, I suck at my initiative.
Because he immediately draws a gun.
Another natural 20.
Oh my goodness. What is with your dice today and your cat wanting food? God.
She has food. She's just being crazy.
Wants more food.
So that gives me a total of 23.
Jeez. Okay.
Mine is 4.
So this one is... Jeez Louise, sis. Guido?
19.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. And then he'll be here, and then third is here. He does get one surprise action. So he's like, well, I don't know. Yeah, and he like draws and he does a at disadvantage shot at third, which is going to hit. Oh, wait. At disadvantage. Damn. What's your AC third?
0.
Yeah, I thought so. Even with some pretty big negatives, he's still going to hit you with that.
Okay, and I do have the personal energy shield, DR4 energy.
Excellent. Well, this is... Oh. Thought I heard a dog.
You did hear a dog.
No, I mean, I thought I heard a dog that's here. So, he shoots. Energy, this is energy damage. Ooh, I'm glad you have that. How much health do you have?
What's the damage?
15 on the die.
Okay, so that brings me down to 1 hit point.
Okay.
Kettlewell to the rescue! I get to do something!
Now it's your turn, Aberon.
Okay, so what did he pull out?
It's
Just a pistol?
It's
that thing that Snarg knew what it was but couldn't figure out how it worked.
It's basically a laser shotgun, which may sound fair.
I pull out my own laser shotgun.
Okay.
And I just point it straight in his face since I have proper authorization to defend myself now.
You were waiting. I could just picture Aberon seeing the shot and being like, hang on, guys, hang on. Ugh, okay, now I can fight back.
Yeah, basically.
I got this now.
Just fires that at him.
Okay.
Okay.
His AC is 1.
So I can't miss unless I roll 1.
Yeah.
I roll a 1.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh my god. No, this is perfect. So you blow out the front view screen.
Okay.
Everyone, how would you like to deal with being explosively blown out into space?
I can't be blown out into space, I'll die.
Not?
So I'm gonna grow roots and shit.
Well, no, I mean, like, are you? Is this kind of a try to lunge for something, or are you going to try to get your vac suit on as quickly as possible?
Vac suit.
Okay.
So if the expulsion out into space doesn't kill me, the lack of oxygen will.
So, Kettlewell, I'm going to need a dexterity save from you. Elipero, yeah, what are you doing?
I'm gonna die.
You're muted. Sorry.
I realized that as I started talking. I activate my void suit.
Good idea. Okay. I'm still going to need a dexterity save, but that's just going to determine like a couple of actions after you do that. You're fine, in other words. Aberon!
All right. So he looks around. This is the first time he's ever been decompressed before.
Oh, God. So he probably tries to take a deep breath.
No, I
don't know. You're probably learned enough.
What he would probably do is he would probably follow the lead of Eros, since he's an experienced dude, and so he'll do the same thing and try to put on the little blocky suit he has.
Okay. So I'm going to need a dexterity save from you then.
Okay.
Kettlil, what was your roll? Okay.
Die. Can I use? Can we pretend it's my turn and I get an extra thingy so I can try to put my suit on again?
No.
Damn.
I'll think about that. Eberron, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
Okay, so you're fine. You managed to have enough reflexes, basically, to reach out and grab. And as you're doing so, you see Kettlil, who, basically, because you failed the dexterity save, what happened is you had the thought to go grab the thing too slowly. And so you're like, oh, I'll go grab it, and now it's like 5 feet over that way as you're being blown out of the hole in the front of the shuttle. So now you are currently basically in, well, I'd say air, but as you're on your way out, what do you do?
Grab something.
All right, let's do just a strength roll. I want the other two of you to roll a d4.
Okay.
And then just tell me the result.
Shit.
Mine is a 3.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
I rolled a 19, which makes it a 20.
Okay, so in your blind panic, you grab Eros and start wrapping...
My arms and legs.
Eros, I'm going to need a strength roll to not get blown out as well, because this is still the initial decompression. Like, the initial force here.
For my dex save, by the way, that was a 23.
Damn.
Wow. Strength is going to be an unnatural 20.
Nice. Okay, so you're you've got the spaceman reflexes. I mean, you've been in space before. This is second hat to you.
Yeah.
Then you see her grabbing onto it, and again, without probably before your brain even processes it, you go over and grab one of the beams, and then your arm nearly wrenches out of its socket.
My head kind of peeks up and around your shoulder with a look of panic on my face.
And the other, right, I got to do his save. I kind of forgot about him in the list.
He dies.
He's at a massive disadvantage here, which is funny because one of his rolls was a 20 and one of them was a 3. So, Lord of Mordor dies. Congratulations, Lord of Mordor. You're super dead. You traitor. So you are holding on, with dear life, Eros. The initial thunk has finished. Right about now is when the vacuum energy shield pops into existence. However, while oxygen slowly starts to refill into the cabin, that was the control panel, cockpit thing. So you are currently careening out of control. Funnily enough.
Well?
Do these things have little comms in them?
For
Talk
what?
to each other? The suits?
Oh,
Girls,
yes,
yeah?
they do. Yes, they do.
Okay. I
That'd
turn
be-
mine on and I say,
I should say no.
Eros, I heard about when the first explorers from Primus went to space, they flew entirely using the stars.
God, I hate that episode.
I
I'm
hope.
not
Can you
excited
can you
about
lend
when
any
I try to put my
legitimacy to
thing
that
on.
story?
So first, in the immortal words of Bobby Singer, balls.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Although I think the end result was some of what we wanted.
Now, I'm afraid I have to be mean really quick here.
Okay.
Aberoon, give me another dexterity save.
Okay.
Also beep.
Yeah, that's the sound of the ship controls.
Yeah, I figured.
That's a 10.
Okay, so right about now is when you realize you don't have your shotgun anymore.
Okay.
For some
Where is it?
reason.
Is it out
Probably,
there?
probably somewhere out there, yes.
Well, there goes all my starting money.
Beep. So, okay. One moment. Oh my god. Ah, stupid thing. There. Okay, so...
So, I'm going to roll intelligence to see if I can jerry-rig the controls.
Okay. You head down to, I guess, the nearest conduit, which I guess would be right below you. If you had someone who was really strong, they could rip it open.
I can try. I was clearly really strong a second ago.
Okay, I'm just going to turn to Kettle and say, I need that open.
Do it. Strength roll.
Bear in mind, my strength is what? I just rolled really well. And now I got a 4.
So she's like, it's just nothing's happening. She's just training
She doesn't
against
give
it.
up, though. She's just
No,
sitting
she's
there.
just.
What do we need open? Like, what's going on?
He's trying to reach.
panel.
He's trying to reach a panel so he can manually change the wiring, basically, to try and pilot the shuttle as it's careening wildly out
You
of
got to
control.
rip these things off. That's how they're designed.
They're not designed to have their controls blown up.
Yeah, that.
Well, I mean, look, okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I've got an impromptu crowbar I could use, I guess.
No, you don't. It's out there, floating in space.
What? Well, you say my iron
Shotgun.
sword left its sheath.
No, I'm kidding. That would be funny, though.
All right.
Roll to... no.
I can try and pry it open with that. This is probably not going to bend the sword, but I can try.
Or you could just try to, open
Grab
it
it and
normally.
pull like I am.
Sure. I'll try and pull
It's
it
better
just
open.
than
a strength roll.
It's a 14.
You pull it right off.
All right.
Then you notice that it's got a little pop thing that you could have hit to
I don't know anything about this.
I know. That's why I just mentioned it now rather than earlier. So there's
right,
a
got
bunch
it.
of wires there, Eros.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'll go over there and just stare longingly out into space and see if there's like a little shotgun just going like that.
Well, okay,
somewhere.
so remember, your shuttle... I know my viewers can't see me, but your shuttle's kind of doing this right now.
Yeah.
So you're just looking out into space, and then you see the moon, and then there's your shotgun, and then there's space, and then there's the moon, and then there's your shotgun. It's getting further away.
Eros, I see the shotgun. Is there any chance I can like reach through that field and get it? Is that how that works?
Go ahead and try. I'm going to be working on the wiring.
Okay.
So go ahead
Is
and
it-
give me a, I'd say an engineering roll, but yeah, it's just ent at this point.
Okay. Would this also include my piloting expertise?
No.
Okay. Hey, it was worth a try.
It was worth a try. This would be where,
Okay.
if someone had taken focus skill engineering, that would have come in.
Yeah, we hired somebody to do that though.
Yeah, well, you left him back on the station.
I don't know why.
Well, I'm glad you did, because they'd probably be dead otherwise.
Yeah.
So that's a 15.
Okay, 15's pretty good. So you start making some steady, and you manage to steady the shuttle. You don't really have control, but you manage to even it out. You are currently going in a straight line towards the moon. So you have, it's not like a careening straight down, but you got several minutes before you hit the moon surface.
Well, we're at least heading in the right direction, I guess. Now,
Actually, you're still going towards the warehouse,
oh well.
because he never changed direction.
So can we actually fly this thing, or are we just going to crash and hope that we survive?
You ever seen DuckTales?
Yes.
Launchpad McQuack.
Yeah, he survives.
Well, do you have special feet Launchpad?
Maybe.
See you around, Lord of Mordor.
Okay, so can we like touch wires together and like turn it left and right and roll it and stuff?
That's basically what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically going to be an additional roll, as in a literal dice roll, every time he wants to do anything other than just doing what he's doing right now.
Well, I suppose that we probably should just go straight and then hopefully try and land it. Yeah.
I mean, we
Unless,
all...
of course, you think that you can expertly pilot this thing
Kettle?
around to the far side of the moon.
Kittle,
No.
Kettle, you get the
know?
impression that you should probably put on your vac suit while you have the moment.
Oh wait, we
I thought it was
have
implied that I was going to do that.
we have your ship's mag. Tell me, Kettle, can you do anything for large size shotgun wounds to the chest?
Why, yes! Yes, I can!
Okay, I have one underneath this vac suit.
You'll have to take off the vac suit for her
You'll
to treat
have
it.
to take off the vac suit.
Yeah, that's probably fine because I probably will die very soon if I don't have it treated.
At 1 HP.
Yes.
Javin, quick, what's Javin been doing the last 30 years? Okay, please continue.
So I guess if it's safe in here.
Yeah, it's safe for... I'll roll for it.
So
Okay.
I will use
You
flash
have
of light.
2 minutes, which is, a decent number of turns of action, so...
Okay.
Oh, cool. So I get 2d6.
Yes, because healing thing.
Woo!
While she's doing the first
I
aid,
heal you for 9.
Yay.
You're going to do another roll?
I want to slow the shuttle down.
Okay, go ahead and give me another int roll.
And I will point out that, I bet if we go to the place where the bad guys are, we can get a better ship.
Tactical genius of...
It's probably true.
I
Although
mean-
no matter which way we go, we'll get a ship.
So what'd you get, Gwyn?
22.
22. Very good. Okay, so you're pretty sure you have to connect this wire and this wire, but now I'm actually going to require a dexterity roll from you. Not a save, sorry. Just a roll.
18.
Okay, so you successfully, because you're doing some finite maneuvering here with the wiring. There we go.
As the shuttle's doing this, I'm sure.
Exactly. So, shuttle starts to slow down. Okay. And you heal him for 9. Excuse me. Now, what's your health at right now, out of curiosity, everyone?
It's at 10.
10.
Okay.
I
Oh,
healed you for
duh.
9.
I'm sorry. Let me ask the question I care about. What's your max health?
12.
Okay. So, you have healed his wounds. He's not fully healed, though.
Can I heal him twice in 2 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that works.
So I heal you for another 6.
Okay.
All right.
You actually have more than 2 minutes now, since he managed to slow down the shuttle.
Thank you.
Okay.
Trial passed.
I'll heal him one more time.
He's fully healed.
Well,
never mind.
actually, he does have a major wound, because he was pushed to 1 health with 1 shot.
I don't know how to get rid of major wounds.
Well,
You're the medic.
you're the medic.
Wait, did I make a mistake?
Well, no, I mean, in game, I don't know how to do that. I haven't played a healer before.
No.
Oh, wait, I get +4 to all medic rolls, so you need to add 8 to those 2 rolls
Okay, that still leaves me at
because
12.
you're friendly.
So, anyways,
I have too much morphine. I just loop around the ship.
stop.
So how do I
Bumping
what do I
him
do to get rid of
with
a major
drugs.
injury?
Okay, so you have to do a healing roll. It's a standard type of healing roll. However, you don't get your normal bonuses to healing. So that +4, for example, doesn't exist. And
Okay.
Basically, it's just a d20 plus your focus skill, is what this boils down to.
How do I
And-
know what my... Oh, so my focus skill is that medic thing down there,
Mhm.
which is a 1.
A third.
1.
Roll save versus addiction.
Okay, that's a 9.
I fail.
Okay, so you managed to get a 9?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens, third, is she crudely tries to mend you while she's doing it. Doesn't quite go right. So now you have pretty much a non-stop pain in your chest because one of your ribs is broken.
But you're
Oh.
not bleeding.
But you're not bleeding right now, it just hurts.
I'll give you some more morphine.
No more morphine.
No, I probably should. Oh, well, okay.
If you must. Aberron is now addicted to morphine.
Morphine?
So the broken rib is actually from a wrench that came loose from some
In the
storage
middle
in
of the
back.
fight, yeah, it's just you're clonk.
Yeah. Well, it was being sucked through with the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
vacuum. You know.
Oh yeah, by the way, lunch went out
Totally not my fault.
the window as well.
Well, that was kind of a given.
Yes.
All right, so I'm just sitting here trying very hard not to breathe much.
So, Elipero, obviously you have another opportunity to try and do something with the ship here.
I'm thinking we should just land at this point.
I agree.
So, I'm guessing that's going to be 2 rolls, 1 to...
Int to know what to do, Dex to do it.
So can I help him out here by Apollo 13 style, getting up in front and saying, all right, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, line it up with the buckle.
So int is a 22 again.
Okay.
And Dex is 18 again.
Jeez Louise. So you are fine.
These guys aren't broken. This isn't fair.
So you start pulling this thing down.
I rolled 17 and 14.
I know,
17 and 14.
This is ridiculous. And you manage to, basically, it's not quite a good, it's not a landing, but it's not a crash. It's just kind of...
It's a controlled impact.
Yeah. And so there's a little bit of a jostle, and everyone's kind of thrown forward a few feet, but otherwise it's just, you have now stopped. Right about now is when you realize that... No, I'm not going to be that mean. Never mind.
But the fuel tank is about to explode. All right, so...
I just read Jovin's thing.
I'm still reading it. I don't have a chance.
Let's head towards the nearest settlement. And hopefully they have something that fixes broken ribs.
I can fix broken ribs.
Well, you didn't.
Well, you didn't tell me about the broken rib. You just told me about the gaping bullet wound.
I got a broken rib.
You have a tricorder.
I could have sworn that I was not the medical expert here. I mean, I'm just
a good medic would have seen the broken rib.
Because when I poke right here into the open wound, it hurts.
Inside someone's body, there's like skin and stuff.
Yeah, it got blown away.
Has anybody seen Meet the Medic, TF2?
No.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, yes, I have.
So, he's got that gun that just kind of regrows stuff. Mm-hmm. So I pictured that she's got something like that, and she looks at the broken rib, is like, whatever, and just regrows all of it, around the broken rib that's still just at an out angle in there.
Yes. Okay, let's get out of this piece of junk. And literally piece of junk. And just do something so we can just sit down somewhere. I need more morphine.
Here you go. Ka-junk.
Oh, thanks. I feel better now. All right.
Wee! I
Let's
feel
head
like
out, chums.
I feel like I'm. You should probably put on your spacesuit before you do that.
Yeah, I should do that. I do that.
Since we're landed, can I try to mend his rib before he does that and we get off?
If you wait a few minutes. Do you want to wait a few minutes?
I don't really want to wait around this hunk of junk. Because I get the feeling that pilot was not just flipping that switch for nothing. So we may have...
Can I determine what the switch was?
Sure. Give me an int roll at disadvantage.
18.
Jesus Christ, Guido.
I rolled so disadvantage. I rolled a 13 and a 15.
Oh my God. No. So you're pretty sure, although this is kind of just an educated guess, that's the kind of basically emergency beacon. Come here right now. Comm burst.
Oh,
okay.
He was squawking. All right.
I'm assuming it's no longer still active.
It's part of the debris that went flying out when someone rolled a 1.
I don't choose to do these kind of things.
Floating around in space.
Yeah.
Going,
And there's like this ship that's like right staring at it, going, "What the hell?"
All right. Where's the nearest settlement here?
Well, there's this warehouse that's, gosh, I don't know
there.
how long that would be on foot. A long ways that way.
Well, unless... So how do spaceships function as, land skidders?
They don't.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to just keep piloting the shuttle, that's an option.
Well, how long are we looking at walking here? I mean, like, basically, do we have enough air?
You do have enough air. That's not an issue.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess
It's
we
just
might as
going to
well
be
get
a
going.
long, uncomfortable bounce across the moon.
Yeah, I don't like bouncing. But I got to do it anyway.
Every time you touch down, you take another point of damage.
Yeah.
1,
If
2,
we wait here for a minute,
3.
It's like, here, have a broken rib and then
4.
go into a bouncy castle.
Oh God.
if you wait a minute, then I can try to heal your rib. Now that I know it's a rib.
I'm suddenly picturing that Eddie Murphy movie, Adventures of Nash.
Oh, Nash
something.
Pluto?
Oh,
Pluto,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my God. That movie.
What a great movie.
So,
I
I'm
mean,
not
if-
chugging morphine.
chug more morphine. No, so I'm going to cut off the poll now. So, going to refresh the results here really quick.
So I'll ask Aberun if you want. I mean, I can try and I'll say jump the shuttle a couple of times, but I really it's
You're
not.
about to say it's a bad idea, so let's not do that then.
The longer
It's not something that I could control per se. I mean,
no,
it's,
I got it, my man. Let's not do that. That sounds like worst case scenario is catastrophe. Worst case scenario here, I just hurt a whole lot. So
I told you if you just hang out here a minute, I can fix your rib.
that's what I'm doing.
So you're hanging out for a minute?
You said to hang out for a minute, you can fix the rib.
All right, I need awareness rolls from all three of you.
Okay.
I'm not very aware.
It's just wisdom, unless you have a
Hold
feat
on.
for it or whatever.
so I'm gonna roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because while they're doing the medical thing, I was going to be searching whatever storage the shuttle has for
Okay.
like supplies to take with.
Good idea.
So
I rolled an 8, so I'm probably like going through my thing trying to figure out how to fix.
You rolled
the
an
worst
8?
rib. I rolled an 8 on my awareness. Yeah.
Oh. I was... God, not what I thought you were saying.
All right. So I rolled a natural 20, so that makes it an 18.
So you see some oncoming ships, Aberron.
Ah. Hey, ships ahoy. Rescue ships, hopefully, maybe?
They look like fighter ships.
Oh, well, those probably can't hold more than one person.
Probably not.
Do they look like the fighter ships that were fighting us?
Surprisingly
Back.
like that, yeah.
Okay. So I check that. I don't dive. I limp over to... actually, why am I doing that? I go... I'm not used to this. I literally go up to him and say...
You limp over and then activate your comm.
I said, there's some of those pirate fighters approaching this place.
who are you telling?
Everybody.
Yeah, he's on the comm.
thing.
Actually, I'm sorry. I just got to emphasize
I
this.
like the fact that he limps over to one of us
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm not used to the comms.
and then does it.
I really need to emphasize this because anybody who's seen Star Trek, I want you to picture like either Kirk with the thing or anybody with the chest ping walks over to the person they're about to talk to, then taps it and says, "Hey, listen, I need to talk." I need that involved, and thank you, I'm Crunchy, for the Twitch subscription. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, yeah, that's about the time.
So, anyways, so you inform him that pirates are ink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess I should change this. You're no longer in a shuttle over the moon. I guess you are in a shuttle. You're in a shuttle on the moon.
Yeah,
There we go.
a little more in than on.
It's kind of half and half, really.
I look for a moon
in-ish.
bunker.
Okay, Aberun is completely tripping on the morphine right now.
Well, with like
Does,
AA guns and everything.
Does the shuttle have any weapons?
No.
I didn't think so.
There was a shotgun. It's like way up there, but I don't think that's going to help.
You should have the shotgun come boom, in the middle of combat.
That would be ridiculous.
But funny.
True.
Well, I don't have anything to fight them off. We might as well get away from the ship so they don't just sit here and blow this thing up.
Okay. You know, viewers, I love how my players always do things I don't expect. It's never...
What did you expect us to do? You gave us a
Never.
broken ship.
I didn't give you a
With no
broken
weapons.
ship. Someone made the
You
ship
gave us
broken.
a broken ship with no weapons.
Someone made the ship broken.
So, before we finish tonight, remind me to tell you about what my players did this
Oh,
week.
jeez. Okay. So are you fleeing the ship?
Well, that's everyone's recommendation because they're just going to come in here and blow this ship up and leave.
All right. Well, let me do some
Might as well
rolls
not
here.
be in it.
Oh, you just lucked out.
Erosia.
Rosia! Eros.
Do you think you could emergency get us away from those fighter ships on the shuttle? Because running on foot from things that can space travel doesn't seem smart.
Wait, I'm having a clever idea.
Are you going to set the ship up to run away?
Nope.
Oh.
So, what I want to do is pressurize the main airlock.
Okay.
And have us all in there.
Okay.
And then open the airlock. Do the, emergency open.
Uh-huh.
Which will then jettison us out the airlock.
In what direction do you want to be jettisoned?
Well, what direction is the airlock pointing?
I'll be
it's
nice
not really going
and give
to
you
give me a
two
choice.
options there. So you got the airlock that's pointing, let's say, towards nothing, and the airlock that's pointing exactly the opposite of that.
Which means it's pointing
go
towards something. And there's only one something on this rock.
Well, Aberron?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this just going to splat us along the side of the landscape?
Would you rather be caught in the shuttle when it blows up?
At least that's quick. Look, you're the space expert. If you say this works, then this works. I don't know. I've never done this before.
It'll work.
Okay.
So you're all going to huddle inside, repressurize, and then blow it pretty much as soon as you can?
Yeah. I'm grabbing whatever equipment I can.
Yeah, I'm going to assume for the immediacy that you have access to supplies, because you raided the supply thing. So if you need something small scale and specific, just
within reason.
Yeah. So, so you do that. You three of you go flying out. I want all three of you to roll dexterity saves.
All right.
I'm going to switch dice. That one's broken.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this one's...
I've got an 11.
Mine is 18.
That's a 22.
So, Aberron, you're spiraling.
Great.
Feeling kind of nauseous. Eros, you smack into the cockpit of one of the fighters. Because the fighters had been coming in low and slow to investigate what the hell's going on with this. And so there was a fighter basically right outside when you blew the airlock.
Oh, damn!
So you just went...
Okay.
Plunk.
So I try and grab on.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so what I'm picturing here is you're like... And then there's this knee-jerk, I need to grab on! Smash! And you smash open the glass bubble.
Okay.
Of the cockpit. The pilot, there's no emergency anything. The pilot just stood... and dies, basically.
But you now have a fighter!
And yeah, the fighter's there, and you're like, and meanwhile, Kettlel, you are kind of spiraling out. You succeed at your roll as well. So you fly into one of the wings, say the port wing, of the same fighter. So
I'm assuming I go kunk.
Yeah, pretty much, right across the midsection.
So I'm like,
what? Now,
I see the shotgun.
the other fighter of the two is currently does not seem to have taken notice to things, although it will be very shortly before he does.
He didn't notice the projectile smashing into his counterpart?
No.
admittedly, you wouldn't be expecting it. You're looking at the shuttle itself.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what's going on here? Okay. Huh? It's pretty much how this is going to go. So you have that in-between period while he's like,
So, yeah. I'm going to be like, get in! Pilots! It has guns!
Well...
Don't kill anybody!
Aberron, roll int for me really quick.
Okay. Oh, I don't have a negative on that. All right.
He's smart, guys. It's okay. We got this.
All right. That's an 8.
So you're spiraling through space. Moving on. You think, maybe there's something I could do about this, but then you get really distracted and you throw up in your vac suit.
Oh, gosh. Is there a button to remove taco lunch from your helmet?
Yes, but it also gets rid of the air.
Oh, okay. That's just taking your helmet off.
Yes. Basically, yes. I need to get rid of this stuff. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
Scuba divers do it all the time.
I mean, that is actually a thing. Yeah, it's just...
So I'm thinking I need to roll dex to deftly manipulate the...
Also roll dex to
well, okay.
maybe get someplace where it's safe.
What I want to know is how you're going to do this, because, I mean, you can try and jam his emergency ejection, for example, or you could try to just get him out quickly and then put yourself in, or you can try to, while basically bracing yourself on the outer edges of the cockpit, just maneuver the ship like this. Now, I mentioned that last one because that's going to be a lot quicker, so you're going to get like another action before the other fighter notices. But you're going to be doing this, you know, trying to pilot this thing.
How do I get down from here?
I land.
Hey! Can I suggest getting in the pit, the cockpit?
How?
Well, not you, obviously.
Aberron, you
I'll
feel
just
a...
be here then.
Aberron, you feel a dull thunk.
Okay.
You reach behind yourself and your shotgun's there.
Oh, I grab it.
No. Roll dex.
That's true. That's true. Roll dexterity
Roll
save.
dex.
At a
Catch
disadvantage. As a
Getting
disadvantage.
wildly out of control.
Right.
Hey,
A
Edward,
14.
I see your
Okay.
shotgun.
He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah. Hey, I've got my shotgun. So I heard in the radio broadcasts, you can point this in one direction and shoot yourself towards the
No,
surface.
that would require an int roll. That you failed.
Great. That was what the int roll was for?
Yes, that was.
Okay.
No, I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that.
Okay.
The int roll was for me to suggest it. If you can come
Oh.
up with it, sure.
So my plan is to see if I can deftly manipulate the seatbelt on the pilot, the dead pilot, so I can pull him out and get into the pilot's seat.
Okay, so that is going to take a little longer, but that's going to give you the best control over the actual craft. First, I'm going to want an int roll from you.
Okay, so that's a 17.
Okay, so you're there. So you figure out what you need to do. Now the dex roll to actually do it.
That's an unnatural 20.
So you manage to plop it, and I'm not even going to make you do strength. You just pull him out, and he just goes out into space.
Yeah, Zergy. If the seatbelt's released, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just whoonk, shove yourself in, seatbelt yourself in. No rolls for that. Just chunk. You look, you check the things. Thankfully, all you did was hit the glass, and this is you could tell if it's not
Well,
obvious.
yeah, he wasn't using a shotgun.
This is a piece of crap fighter. It's real. It's like a Z95 level of crap, right? So, that's why there weren't a lot of the things that should have kept that guy alive through that. But as you're looking at this, oh, go ahead.
I'm suddenly picturing the fighters from Fifth Element.
Oh god, the pieces of garbage fighters. So you're like, all right, check your readings, and you notice that the other fighter has zoomed away on a like parabolic arc that's going to take it right back towards you. Obviously, he's noticed something's going on.
Okay.
So,
Can I get down?
Well,
So my plan is basically dive for the ground.
okay.
I'm going to shake the wings.
Oh, God. Okay.
And once Kettle is off the wing,
Has been removed from the wing.
yep, I'm going to go into an offensive attack.
Okay. So, quick, low-tier...
Do you explain to me what you're getting
piloting
ready to
roll.
do before?
That's a good question. Do you take the extra time necessary to lose another turn to explain to her?
No, but hold on. So short sentences, short statements are still a free action.
Oh, okay. So what are you going to say then?
Prepare to let go.
Okay. So, give me the piloting roll. Give me the piloting roll.
So that's 16.
Okay. So, you shunk, flunk, one quick shudder. Now, Kettle, I want you to roll a d8, please, and tell me what the number is.
Which one's an 8?
Fighter made by Acme.
No, that one would have exploded the moment you collapsed into it.
You rolled a 1? Okay.
Okay, so you start flying off the wing, and then you can start maneuvering, Eros. Kettle, because you rolled the 1, you are flying off straight up, immediately perpendicular from the surface of the moon.
How was this supposed to help?
It's okay. It's okay. You'll because of the velocity of it, you're actually going to achieve escape velocity, but it's going to take a while. You're going really pretty slowly. So, Eros, what do you? Now, this is the first time we've done a fighter.
What I signed up for.
This is the first time we've done a fighter-on-fighter battle. So there's a couple of ways. I've actually been debating how best to do this. I'm just going to kind of be trying a few things out here, so forgive me as we test things. The first, obviously, what I want to start with is just a base piloting roll from you. And I'm going to do a base piloting roll as well, and it's going to establish a baseline number. And I need to jot down what number you get.
So that's piloting is 21.
Okay, and I got that much. All right, so this means in initiative, you're going to be able to go first.
Okay.
So what I want to know is what kind of maneuver you want to pull on this guy. Like head-on attack, flank on the left, flank on above. You get it. I'm not limiting you to whatever.
So he was doing the parabolic arc to come back.
Mm-hmm.
What I was picturing is so down to the ground and then come up behind him. So basically, I'm thinking like dogfighting.
Yeah, I see what you're going with that. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and maneuver into that. He does see you, but he's going to try and pull out of that, which is going to take a roll of his own. Now, this is going to be an interrupt roll. Woo! He does roll pretty well on that, but these are really crap fighters. So, basically, all he manages to do is to stop the smooth parabolic arc and start janking, because he knows you're on his tail now.
Okay.
That's going to put it back in your court.
So if I'm still behind him, basically it's going to be, assuming I have some kind of weapons on this as it's a fighter, I'm going to start opening fire.
Okay. Full tilt, go ahead. Give me an attack roll. Don't add anything to it. Just give me an attack roll.
19, damn.
Nice! Whoops. Gosh darn it. That's the second time I've dropped this dice. Oh my god. Okay. So he in his counter... So, okay, I should explain a little bit this out loud, forgive me. The idea is this is like standard D&D turns with the exception that you get reactions on every action, if that makes sense. So, for example, you're shooting at him, he now has a chance to do a roll to do something about that. He may choose not to, but he's going to try to be like, he rolled a 1. So he is going to jank right into the blasters, or the lasers. This is energy weapons again. And so you're going to rake him. Go ahead and give me 2d8 of damage from the 2 blasters you got.
So that's 10.
Okay. So 10 damage rakes across him. He's like, ugh! And now he gets an action. He is going to try and be clever and pull a tight corner back at you, which is going to be pretty hard for him to do. Oh, God, my dice are on fire today. I'm either rolling 1s or 19. So he actually manages this. He is basically heading straight back at you head on now. Now you get your reaction. Oh, wow. What do you want to do about that?
This is more of a flavor question. How are the weapons situated on the fighter?
So I know I haven't described these things, and forgive me. I actually can picture them completely in my head. They're very basic. They've got 3 wings, central pod. The blasters are on the bottom, at like, I guess that would be 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock on the pod, on the bottom part, facing straight forward at you.
Okay, so they're actually centrally located, not like on the wings or anything like a
correct
X-wing. Okay,
yeah, more like a TIE fighter than an X-wing, to put it simpler.
Okay. I'm going to do a barrel roll.
Okay.
Basically trying to keep the noses still pointing towards each other, but doing kind of a sweep to make it more difficult for him to actually target me.
Okay.
But I'm still going straight at him.
Go ahead and give me the piloting roll on that. Really quick, Abaroon and Kettle give me constitution saves.
Okay.
Wow. 23.
Okay, so you have successfully managed the roll, which is going to give you a bonus to your AC for when he fires now. He does not roll well on that, so that is going to miss. His shots go wide of you. And he goes flying past you, and he's now behind you, going the opposite direction. It is your action.
Oh, bummer. I was hoping to get a shot off before he...
He was really close.
By. Okay.
What's your constitution saves while he's thinking about that?
I have a 10.
Okay, you throw up again.
Oh, good. Okay.
Kettle?
I've told you 3 times now, not realizing I was muted.
Oh.
It's a 16.
16, okay. So you start to feel the sap coming up, right? But then you push it back down. It's like, no, I'm better than this. You also have a really good view of this dogfight. Meanwhile...
Can I shoot my stun gun at the
sure.
other guy?
Go ahead. You hit. 0 damage.
Yeah, but I'm trying to knock the dude unconscious.
You're trying to shoot the pilot encased in the cockpit of the other fighter. Or are you trying to shoot arrows and stun him? Because his cockpit's exposed.
That's true. I did ejector from...
Yeah, I mean... Are you trying to stun arrows here? I mean, help me out, man.
How the stunner works. Is it electrical shock? Because that would basically...
Yes.
That could interfere with some shit.
It is an electrical shock.
So
roll an attack roll, then. Abaroon, do you want to also try to shoot at the fighter with your shotgun?
Well, he's already proven that it's effective against...
I'm throwing up.
Are you spasmodically shooting it at whatever's in front of you as you're throwing up? Okay.
Melee. That's a 13.
Okay. So, that's... I was really hoping you'd roll a 1, because I'd make you hit arrows. But... but you hit nothing. It just shoots wide. But I love this picture because, like, picture this from, like, a television perspective. We've got this big, epic dogfight. And Eros doesn't even have a cockpit around him. Or rather, he doesn't have the bubble around him. He's just in the cockpit, exposed to space, buckled in as he's doing this dogfight. And then the camera just pans off to this Ent who's kind of floating in space with her little... at the fighters in the distance. She's not even sure which one's which, actually. Because they're going by so fast. So she's just shooting at whichever. And she's just doing this nonstop.
as I'm being ejected into space.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So. What did I do?
you have an action now, Arrows.
So I'm going to try and basically do the same maneuver that he did.
Okay. So that's, again, piloting roll. Reasonably difficult roll. I got really lucky on that.
That is a natural 20, actually.
Holy crap. You're on him. You're right on his tail.
Wow.
And he does still get a counter reaction, but basically all he can do at this point is try to weave. So he's going to try to weave. He fails at weaving, so he doesn't get a bonus to his AC here.
So if... Ooh. I'm going to have to give myself a negative on this, I think, because if you're saying I made that turn that quick...
Yeah, the G-forces
even
are
in
be
0G?
brutal. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I wasn't going to force that on you, but I admittedly thought of the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm going to force it on me. So, so you're saying attack roll then?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you apply any negatives to a 5.
So, yeah, that shot goes wide. Aberron?
I mean... Like, Aberron what?
No, the joke was that I was going to say that the shot hit you. Which would just destroy you. But no, I'm not that mean. No, I mean, so you have made it down to the ground now, though, haven't you? And thank you, by the way, CFG Nation.
I'm going the
hope so.
opposite direction.
Okay, so you've made it to the ground, and this is about when you start to notice that Ketilil is going up into orbit. Very slowly. You realize that you've got this, because of all those supplies that Guido got, or Arrows got earlier, you actually have, like, a little grappling thing that you could grab.
Oh, well, if there's a grappling thing, then I can, try and shoot at her and bring her back down to the ground.
Well, give me I guess, a ranged touch attack is technically what that'd be.
Okay. I don't suppose she's within 30 feet.
Sis, roll a d6 for me.
So I get point blank shot. Ooh.
3.
That is 30 feet away.
All right. So I point the grappling gun and say, all right, hang on, Ketilil. Hopefully this doesn't puncture anything.
Oh my god, you could kill her. You could literally kill her right here and right now.
All right. So that's a 15 plus, I guess, my ranged. So plus point blank, that's a 21.
Okay. So, Ketilil, wait, did you warn her that you're shooting at her?
No, that's what I
Said,
just said.
get ready.
Yeah.
Did you get ready, sis?
For what? I'm going into space.
So, you feel this clunk right around your midsection.
Now grab on. Now press the retract button, which it probably has.
Meanwhile, epic space battle's happening. So the guy is at this point, he is actually going to hit his afterburners, basically. Not literally, but same concept, right? He's going to hit his boosters. Right. That still needs a roll from him. He does roll pretty well. So he is just trying to get the hell out of Dodge at this point. He has effectively given up on the fight. So he's boosted that way. Now you, of course, get a reaction to that.
Can I take a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you take a shot, this is probably the last shot you get at this guy. Because of the distance.
It's either take a shot or boost myself.
Take a shot, pursue, or give up, unless you can think of something I can't. Oh, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, before you think of it, because I already thought about this. These fighters don't exactly have sophisticated communications equipment. There's no jammer or anything on this thing.
Right. No, I didn't think there would be.
Oh, I just
I'm
realized
gonna take a
you're
shot.
Hold on.
I'm going to take the shot.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, wow. I was going to make this pretty rough to hit, too. I can't believe that. Go ahead and give me the damage. 2d8. In fact, I shouldn't even say this. I know for a fact you can still fail to kill him with this. But you have to roll pretty low.
That's 9. Wow. I did not expect that.
I didn't either. I can't believe you got that shot. Okay, so the other fighter, it explodes in a very Star Wars-y explosion that everyone can hear for some weird reason. And
And has,
and pyrotechnics, which is really important in space. So
I hope that wasn't you.
yeah, that's a good point. The two of you just see an explosion. Because at this point, you're so distanced from the fight, you have no idea what's going on.
Master
don't
Luke,
worry,
say
Eros,
something.
yeah. Avarun got a plan to get me down. If you're not dead.
Over.
Do the comms
Over.
reach?
Actually, no.
Okay.
Oh,
So you guys hear no response.
I hold my hand over my heart.
And then a fighter kind of comes in close.
If I'm still being
Deadly close.
pulled in.
Shoot him with the No.
We're getting...
So she just starts shooting at the hull. And then after a few seconds, she's like, "Oh, hi, Eros."
Oh, good.
And now you're in radio range. Or comm range, rather.
No, I don't say, oh, hi. I just stop shooting and wave with the gun at him.
Quit shooting at me.
Now we are reunited as three musketeers. All
You
right.
didn't answer us, so you must have been dead. Over.
Oh, God. I was actually thinking the same thing, Brigwin. Aberron would be like, "Crap!" And so I could picture Aberron like, this is my chance to be cool. And he's got the one hand that's got the grapple, and he pulls out the shotgun and is like, "Hasta la vista, baby." Breaks his arm.
Is there enough room for everyone to fit in there?
No.
But we can
Okay.
sit on the wings.
That, as long as he's really slow, that is true.
Yeah, I've heard of micropunctures or whatever it's called before.
That is a problem. Oh, by the way, Eros, really quick. You are smart enough to know that this fighter basically has a lifespan now. After a certain
Okay.
point in time, the damage that's already been done and the maneuvers you've been pulling, it's going to just kind of slowly stop working properly, and the seams are going to start coming across, and like he says, micropunctures are going to start becoming an issue in the hull.
Or just blow up.
Or it's just going to straight blow up.
Yep.
It's not like an immediate threat, but I wouldn't count on this thing for long term.
Right. Do we have any idea how far it is to the warehouse?
In the fighter, if you're going a speed that's not going to get people flown off the wings, we'll say like 20 minutes, which is in the
Okay.
safe zone, I'd say. I will do one dice roll in that range to see if anything bad happens.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and land, and my recommendation is just have everyone, have the two of them each sit on a wing, and just a nice, slow, leisurely flight.
Okay. So, here's the roll. Okay, you're good. For just a second, I held my breath, because it like sat on the 2 for like a millisecond, and then it rolled over to the 20. It's like,
Oh, that's pretty good.
okay.
So the ship actually repairs itself.
Yes, the
on
ship
way
just
in
like
for 20.
suddenly starts, and you're actually inside Megatron.
Oh, okay. He's
so-
a pretty cool dude.
I will still need a strength roll from Aberroon and Kettlil, but it's not a hard.
Can we just
DC.
strap
grappled,
ourselves to
so-
the wing?
I'm just gonna hand Elepa Arrow, the grapple.
Okay. You jam it into one of the
Yeah.
side things or whatever. Like, air, fine.
So that I'm lashed on.
Oh, it's still connected to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, I missed that part.
This is how you get out of the cockpit, obviously.
I thought you were just handing me the grappling gun. It was like, okay.
Thanks, I think.
I mean, if you fall off again, I suppose I can try and shoot you while I'm piloting.
So give me the strength rolls real quick, please.
Okay.
That's an 18 for me.
And Eberron.
That's a
One.
12 for me.
Aw, that's still enough. Like I said, it was a pretty low DC. I was just hoping to kick you while you were down.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
make it.
I
to
could
the
always roll
warehouse.
my piloting. And
No. It's it's just you could probably autopilot this. You make it to the warehouse. Let me go ahead and update. For the last few minutes, I've just had you as question mark over the moon. Because...
Fly me to the moon.
Swing among the stars.
So, this is a Granville warehouse, obviously.
Okay.
Part of the mining corp. If you don't remember that, I wouldn't blame you. It's our second session. And this is also your initial stop. So, on approach, some of the turrets pop up and start tracking you, and you have a comm unit that comes over on the fighter. Identify yourself.
They want to talk to you.
Wait, so you want me to take my spacesuit off and talk to them? What do you want me to do? Can this patch into the comms? Because otherwise, I'm like, yeah, hey.
We'll say yes to be nice.
Okay.
Because otherwise, we're like.
Okay, so what are they asking?
The unit in the fighter is like a rebroadcaster, so
there you go.
It transmits to your suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They're just asking to identify yourself.
Yeah. Unidentified craft. Actually, it does the usual thing. Slow down. Do not approach unannounced. Please identify yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Standard unidentified hail, basically.
Okay. There doesn't happen to be, a little plaque that says so-and-so fighter or something like that, is there?
Just tell them who you are, Abaroon.
Okay.
If you want to lie, you can make up something.
No.
The only thing that... I'm sorry, I should have actually mentioned this earlier. On the trip over, Abaroon specifically, although I guess Kettlewell might have noticed this as well, you notice that there are clearly distinct splashes of red paint on the hull. And I say it that way because it's clearly done deliberately, but you can't come up with any pattern to it other than red paint has been added.
Okay. Probably goes faster. So, we'll say, yep, this is Abram of Thundermar. We have casualties and ship damage. Requesting docking immediately.
Give me your charisma.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I'm actually decent at. That is a natural 20.
I suppose this would also be a diplomacy now that I think about it. Forgive me.
Yeah, so natural 20, that makes it a 26.
Oh my god, Sir of Thundermar, we've been expecting you for an hour now. Where have you been? Please, come in. Turrets power down, the docking bay opens.
Yeah, they give me the warehouse.
Yeah, come on in. Jeez. They let you in, medics rush out saying, "Oh my god, who did this medic job on your ribs?" and immediately cart you out.
It's terrible. Somebody get my unfinished autobiography.
They pull the fighter in. Because you rolled so well, I am going to give you something that I was debating doing. Basically, they do have a spare shuttle. It's the same type of shuttle as the early one. In fact, it's the exact same model. But it doesn't have a giant hole in the front of it.
I tell them there's a structural weakness in the front view screen.
What's that structural weakness, sir?
When exposed to multiple laser projectiles from energy weapons, it tends to break.
Really? Wow,
yes.
That's interesting, sir. Mm-hmm. Please tell us more about this while we operate on you.
Oh, that's happening. Okay, whoops. You're so good, I didn't even notice. Wait, I'm in a hospital now?
We pride ourselves on our... Well, you've been really morphined up here. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to fast forward a bit here. They do take you in for surgery. And, in fact, we're even going to move forward a day on this one. It is now the 23rd of September.
For a broken rib?
For a broken rib, for... it was already, towards the end of the night, so I'm just... This is middle of the night, basically. I know it doesn't really apply on the moon. Whatever.
You're not on the moon. You're on an asteroid, right?
No, you're on the moon. You're on a moon. One of the moons. You're on the natural moon, although I guess that's a lie, too, because both of these moons are unnatural. But you get the point. You're on the moon that doesn't have people on it, other than the people you're currently interacting with.
We're on the moon with no people but people.
Yes.
That's not a moon, but is a moon.
So, they do offer, as I said, to give you the other shuttle free of charge. It's yours to utilize, not to keep. But you know, if you want to get this, use this to get it back up to the station or finish your business or whatever you need to do. They will also go ahead and look at the fighter. Now, you can argue against this if you want, but they're basically assuming that they now have ownership over it as salvage, basically. You can argue against it if you want. You have a claim here, and you're probably decently versed in space maritime.
In space law, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if we have some actual legal claim to this, then why not?
Then do it.
I mean, I'm not going to try and, pull a fast one on them, but if we got some legal claim, definitely.
Now, I'm going to give you a choice. You can either just do a dice roll, one dice roll, or you can give me an argument. Me, the GM.
Okay, well, I don't know space maritime law here, but, like, what's... I mean, was it in their territory?
Yes, this would be technically under the territory of the Granville Corporation, since they effectively own this moon. The only parts of this moon that are not owned by them are the pieces that have been sanctioned off, actually rented off, I should clarify, to the UFP. Now, so it's their territory, but this salvage is something that you claimed, so you basically have a claim on it. You don't have the only claim on it, you just have a claim on it. Make sense?
Okay.
You can also probably argue, piracy is something that should be the purview of the government, and we wouldn't even have to roll for that, because then it would just become UFP salvage, and you would win that.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, perhaps we'll kind of do. This isn't under the table, but perhaps they'll be agreeable to this. If they can, are they just going to scrap it for credits, basically? Or are they going to repair this? I'll ask them.
You're gonna give me a diplomacy roll to determine if you can rip that information out of their cold, bleeding hands.
Hopefully, it's a 19.
I actually rolled pretty well, but you still beat me. So they do plan to do a quick run of it, but it's not a really great fighter, but it's also pretty much as good as their own fighters. This is the same general level of capacity that most people in Primus have. In the Primus system. So, they're probably going to take it and scrap it for parts and use that, or rebuild it into one of their own fighters, repurpose it into one of their own fighters.
Okay, so I'll make them an offer. They still say, instead of trying to hold this up in paperwork and argue over salvage rights and whatever, there's just a couple things that we need from this, and you can have the scrap and profit off of that.
Oh, well, okay. Well, why don't you... what are you going to get from it exactly?
Well, we would like the... weapons for the hard points on our ship.
The weapon? Okay. For that, I'm going to still require one last diplomacy roll. Okay. But I'm going to give you a +2 on that, in addition to whatever you got, which is good, because I rolled really well.
So that's a 22.
Wow, I got a 19.
All right.
So after some haggling back and forth, they're like, okay, you know what? That seems fair. This will all be under the board, of course. We don't need to go to the UFP about this, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, I haven't enacted the right for the UFP to claim it anyway, so
of course,
as far as we're concerned, they're not legally involved.
I mean,
anyway.
This is all a private matter. You're here as private citizens, so we'll go ahead. We'll even offer to have our engineers cover it. They'll go ahead and get it. So they do that. Does anyone want to supervise them doing that?
I mean, the only one I know that could possibly do it here would be Eros.
You're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll watch.
Okay. So as you're watching, they kind of basically they're not going to try anything because you're watching. Let's just put it that way. So
they're going to watch you to make sure that you're watching.
Yeah, every now and again they just look over at you, and there's just this sort of uncomfortable. And they go back to their work. So you now have... Someone write this down. Probably third. You now have 2, we'll call these small lasers. 1d8 damage each. Standard hardpoint. Shortened range. Shortened range.
Okay. Well, that's good, because we have 4 open hard points on a normal ship.
Yeah.
I imagine these probably have a quicker recharge than the Gauss can't.
Yes, they do. In fact, you'll notice I didn't even tell you a recharge time, because the recharge time is none.
Okay, cool. That'll actually help shore up that little weakness that we used to have.
Yar. So you got those now. You've got your shuttle, which has your guns in it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now this is a place we were intending on going somewhat anyway. So I will ask around, somewhat surreptitiously about these little red streaked fighters. Maybe trapped some of the engineers. I swear they had those red marks on them. Why do people mark things like that?
That's ridiculous. Does anybody else want to
roll?
do? Yeah, go ahead. I was saying, does anyone else want to either join in on this or help with this or anything?
That's a 21.
21. Okay, what are you inting?
Why pirate ships would be painted red?
Oh, well, there's 2 possible reasons with your roll. One is because it's pretty, but the other reason, and this is a little bit more, that's your first gut reaction is, it's just aesthetic. But then you start to realize, well, actually, that's pretty visible from a decent range, and that's probably an identifying thing. But that doesn't make sense because there's only one pirate group, right?
Well, there's only one pirate group, right?
You asked
Maybe
to the
they
wall
just
as you're
liked it.
thinking about it.
And the wall says, I don't know, why are you asking me? And then you realize you've been taking your own morphine again.
You're taking your own supply. That's how you lose money.
Oh yeah, you probably restock your morphine while you're here, since you used a bit of it. You used quite a bit of it. Also, Aberron, obviously your major wound is fixed, so that's good.
Okay, good.
Now,
Okay.
I suppose I should have given you the choice of being sent down to the planet to have it fixed with magic or not, but I apologize. It didn't even occur to me.
I mean, if they can do it here, I know I'm not really gonna.
Yeah.
He's on an adventure. He doesn't want to go home.
Oh,
So you start asking around. What's the charisma result? For
Let's
asking
see.
around. This is basically gather information.
oh, not good. Only an 8.
So you walk up to someone, and you're like, "So, you pirate? You know any pirates around here? I'm looking for pirates. Hey, why are you walking that way? I think that guy's a pirate.
Show me your eye patch. I know you got it there, and I start, putting up trouser legs to look for pec legs. No, I imagine they probably just have nothing to do with a politician type here.
Yeah, no, they just kind of steer away or literally ignore you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well,
you have
they
that
don't
look of a
like me.
politician about you.
Yeah. Well, they don't like me, unfortunately.
Also, I love.
Eros-
Oh, sorry. I just want to say I love the idea that Kettlelittle over there has not left her vac suit. Just in case.
I go up there and says, "Hey, your air meter has been reading 0 for the last 3 hours now. I'm guessing."
No.
that's-
I walk over and plug it in,
And then she just stands there.
and then just stands there in my suit while it recharges.
Hmm.
So, in your investigations, however, so an administrator of the warehouse comes out, and he starts talking to you, and he's nice and he's polite, but I'm not even going to make you roll for this. You are an experienced enough politician to know that he's blowing smoke.
Okay.
you-
What? Is he trying to distract me?
That's a good question. That would require a roll, but he's
Oh.
just talking around you and trying to distract you from whatever's going on here.
Okay. That's an insight type thing, I imagine.
Yeah, basically.
Not too bad. It's 14.
14. Don't you have a negative on your wisdom?
I do. I rolled a 16.
Wow. Okay, so he's like, huh, okay. And you're, or excuse me, I'm saying you are like, huh, okay. And you're looking at him, you're trying to figure out what the hell he's going with. And as you're talking to him, you realize that it's not like he's part of the pirates or anything like that. It's more like this guy is trying very hard to keep a UFP senator, which you are,
Yes.
from bringing governmental focus onto the moon. and trying to bring it down on Granville in general. You're pretty sure this would be a massive, hellacious amount of paperwork for him and his boss. Probably get him fired if you do that. And that also means they're probably doing things that are illegal.
Yeah.
Now,
the question is it just like, fudging a few things illegal, or I'm a pirate base illegal?
Exactly. And that's something you have to investigate.
Okay.
Or you could try to basically brute talk this guy into confessing.
The brute talk him into confessing. Confess!
Well, you know what I mean, right? Like, you just talk circles around him until he's like, okay, God, I'm sorry. Which normally I would call a politics roll.
Yeah, I don't have politics. I mean, that's not the way everyone operates. Though.
I know. In this case, it would just be a straight charisma roll.
No one expects the Spanish UFP.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll start talking about stuff, and essentially just keep like slipping UFP things in there and whatnot, just to get him, a little bit nervous, I guess. But see if he'll let something loose because of that, or gets away by not giving something away.
So give me the roll.
All right, here we go. That's pretty good, even without politician specialization. It's 21.
Nice. Okay, so you managed to talk around him, and it takes a bit, like probably close to an hour of going through, and you're going on this tour. You're like talking and walking, and he's getting like more and more.
You're like,
nervous.
oh, that doesn't look like UFP approved.
Oh no, we've got the paperwork for that back on the station. Of course, we wouldn't have that.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just something that comes to mind so often.
No, I mean
that happens so much.
Well, no, it doesn't. I mean, not with Granville. Of course, we've always been very, very conformant to UFP regulations. Obviously.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the papers go through me all the time. So.
Of course, I would understand that as a man who's well experienced in that, and he just starts sweating. This is an elf, by the way, just standard elf, and he just starts sweating like literally after a while until and you're pretty sure that whatever he's up to is nothing severe. Mm-hmm. You're pretty sure they're just completely bypassing regulations up here.
Okay. Well, the question is, do I get the feeling that he's doing it just because he wants to make a little extra bucks, or because he's generally being like unsafe with his operations?
Well, he's doing it because he was told to.
Oh, okay. This isn't the head honcho. All right.
No. This is the head. This is the administrator of the warehouse.
Okay.
But he's. You can tell this guy, by the end of the hour, he's legitimately worried he's about to lose his job or go to jail.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna, at the end of that hour, since he's just sitting there sweating bullets, I'm just gonna come straight up with him and say, "Look, listen. Obviously, I know there's some stuff going on, but I'm not one of those people down at Planet Side who doesn't understand what it's like up here. I know it's rough."
I understand exactly what it's like here. I spent like half an hour throwing up in my vac suit a minute ago.
He doesn't know that.
With a broken rib.
But I know you're under a lot of pressure to get things done.
And he's like wiping his brow.
And I want to help you out. You're not in any danger here. Don't worry about that for me.
Well, that's it's a hell of a relief to hear that. We haven't...
more and more like a corrupt politician.
We are not at all involved. I just want to make this clear. We are not involved with the Reds. We are not involved with anything going on with that. That's the first time I've name dropped that, by the way.
Okay. Well,
it's the first time you've heard of that. I'm just
that's Reds, red paint.
Okay, so I say to him,
they like red.
Look, there is one major problem, and that is the pirates that's been going around here. And if that gets to out of bounds, the UFB is going to send people up here en masse, and that's what I'm here to try and avoid.
Well,
because we know what happens when everybody down there gets involved and starts sending things up. It's just trouble.
We'll figure out where the hell they keep. Those fighters don't have a lot of range, but we haven't been able to figure out where they're launching from. There's no. We've circled the whole moon. Do you know how long that takes? To go around the whole moon,
even the tidal locked area,
every single region of it we've had going on. We haven't found any launch bays or warehouses or anything else other than our own facilities.
So how in the world are they launching fighters? Look, let me tell you, they got fighters to my shuttle.
Yeah, obviously
minutes.
That's insane. I don't know. Maybe this is the kind of thing the UFP should be involved in. God.
I can bring him up here if you think it's that big of
No,
a deal.
no. I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated because they've been cutting into our profits badly lately. I'm not even sure what the hell's going on with that. Like just last week.
I just sit there and nod politely.
He's not stopping anytime soon.
All right, so listen. So we're obviously both on the same page here. We want to see this thing, these pirates, go down as soon as possible. The problem is, I think that there are a lot of inside people working with this. That's how they know everything about it. You don't happen to have anyone that you know of that are on a watch list, or somebody who may have been slipping information or anything? Because it's happened. It's happened at other stations. And I know you run a tight ship here, but things can leak.
No,
I go around and scan people on the station to see if they have peg legs.
Yes.
Or eye patches.
You encounter another Antethan who has a peg leg, by definition.
All right. So what was your name again? You probably told me in an hour, but I never actually.
Sorry, my name is. Who's in chat right now? My name is Darsh Monster.
Darsh Monster. All right. The Darsh of Monster Clan.
No.
I love your energy drinks.
Thank you. They're terrible. They taste like piss. But
they do.
But Darsh Monster of I don't know. Let's say Nightglaive. Darsh Monster of Nightglaive.
All right, Mr. of Nightglaive. I promise that we're going to do everything in our power to get these pirates out of your hair as soon as possible. We just need some help from the locals.
Well, what do you need? What can I do to help you? I don't.
Well,
I'm already giving you a shuttle.
There is one place that we think that they may be, which is on the tidal locked area of the moon. I know you said that you've already been there, so if you've got any scanning data, anything like that.
Yeah, sure, here. He's going to go ahead and authorize you to check the data.
Okay. And also, if you can be on a lookout and communicate to us immediately if you see anything, that would be most helpful.
Okay, but that should work out because you'll still be in range of bouncing the signal to the station to you to get around the planet,
yes.
Or around the moon, rather.
Yes. So. All right. And if there's anything else you can think of, feel free to share. But other than that, we are going to lift off as soon as we can and try and put a stop to this. I thank you so much for your help.
Of course. Anything. Oh, sorry. Apparently he says, "Hey, yeah, man. I really hope I'm not a traitor, man." I don't know why he's talking like a troll. He's an elf. He always wishes he was a troll as a young child.
All right. So, and again, I know how things are up here. You don't really have anything to worry about from UFP. You have my personal guarantee that I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. So, you guys pile into the shuttle. Kettlil comes in a little bit late because she, we're looking for peg legs.
Re-airing.
And getting our air refilled. There we go. You have another 3 hours of air. I assume you're taking the shuttle straight there?
Well, let's look at the scanning data that we got. Like, how do they do it?
Well,
are there any approaches that they haven't taken?
No, but does anybody here have like profession scanning or focus skill scanning?
I sent him to
experience with scanning. Eros, would you like to give me?
Aberoon once used a scanner to some effect.
That's true. He did use that scanner and get his own ship shot in the process.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, that was the ship design's fault, I think, more than anything.
Fair enough. So, Eros,
I rolled like really well the second time.
Give me an int roll with a -4 on that.
Okay.
Anyone else can do this too, actually.
All right, that totals 3.
You're pretty sure this is scanning data.
All right. This thing said it came from Scantron E2000. I'm pretty sure this is scanning data.
Yeah.
Mine's
-4.
18.
Leave this up
After the -4?
I'll have a -4?
Yeah.
Then that's a 14.
14, yeah, okay. Eros, what'd you get?
A 10.
Wow. Well, the good news is I only required 13 on this particular roll.
Yay.
So, or 12, excuse me, 12. I'm thinking 13 isn't a multiple of 3. What the hell? So, Kettlil, you're looking over it. And you start thinking how similar this is to some of the medical scans you do sometimes. You're like, oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah, here, you can see this pattern here, this pattern here. Oh, guys, this scan's fake.
It doesn't look like any of the other ones.
Yeah, you could tell it was taken from either at a completely different time or, is just something's wrong with it, but this is not what that should look like.
Can I tell who did the scan?
No.
Like who logged the scan?
I mean, I guess yes. So, yes.
Well, here's our pirate.
It's some guy named Lord of Mordor 007.
I think we killed the pirate.
But I mean,
we should go on
already...
this approach because this one's fake.
Wait a
Clearly,
minute.
it's hiding somewhere in this trajectory. Pocket, no.
Okay, wait. So hang on. He gave us. All right, I'm gonna go back to him.
I need to pause. I need to step away for a second so I can go remove the food and water from the animals.
Okay. Or that. Anyway, so you're like in the shuttle, looking over the data. Starts to take off, and then you're like, hang on. Land the shuttle again. Get back out of the shuttle. Go back out to the guy.
So, just question: why did you give us scanning data from the person who was a confirmed traitor?
Who?
I could have sworn I told you about it. All right, this Dart. What was his name?
Lord of Mordor 007.
Yeah, Lord of Mordor. All right,
Bob.
So what in the world do you know about Lord of Mordor?
Name doesn't even ring a bell.
Bob.
Hang on. He pulls up his pad. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Lord of Mordor. Looks like he's been signed on with us for about 12 years now. Actually came over from Ice Shipping, looks like.
Okay, so first thing, known pirate.
He's I'm sorry, what?
Yes, first thing, known pirate.
Known pirate. He's not on any of the lists.
Known as of yesterday.
You realize we checked those, sir, right?
I do, and I also realized that he was caught sending a pirate signal from a company shuttle.
Oh my god!
And he was also the one who faked these scanner details.
Oh my goodness!
So I recommend you go through your stuff and ensure that he hasn't infected any more of your logs.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
We need everything that he's touched.
Let's see here. Well, it looks like basically nothing. I mean, he's been involved in a lot of shipping things. He's a pilot.
Yes.
According to
so why was he involved in scanning the planet?
Because he was the one piloting the ship to do the scans. I mean, we don't send out people in vac suits to do scans of the planet. That would be insane. And by planet, I mean moon, of course.
Okay.
Trying really hard not to make a Death Star joke.
Right. So this is a problem.
What? I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I
was hoping what you would tell me is that, yes, we're going to do an extensive check of all our personnel now.
Yes, but I don't know what to look for. This guy didn't have any signs of anything.
Well, I would look for fake scanners, scan logs, the first thing. But he's been signed in for 12 years. Any notable dissatisfaction with anything that's going on?
No. I mean, I've got his record right here. I'm looking at it. His performance was exemplary. He was on time. He actually was coming up for his biannual.
Well, he's got all 5s marks down there, so that's a clear sign of forgery.
I mean, I'll look into it. I'll certainly look into it. But
who's the guy in charge of him? Like, who's his immediate supervisor?
That would be. Oh, I actually gave him a name. I don't remember right now. But it's the guy you talked to on the station.
Okay.
I don't remember his name. Forgive me, but it's that guy. Probably wrote it down.
Well, he's probably in on it then. That'll be fun.
I didn't write it down here. His name is now Bob. No, we'll call him Dengler. Dwarven name. Dengler of. God, I gotta think of a clan name that isn't Anvilmar. It's the one that keeps coming to mind every time I think of dwarves.
You gave him a clan.
Yeah, well, I don't remember right now. So we're coming up with a new one.
Stone Shaft.
That's not a clan name.
That is. It's a dwarven clan name.
You are going to die.
It is! Benwin's part of Stone Shaft.
Okay, so we'll make him part of Songblade. I almost never use Songblade.
Okay, Songblade.
So,
All right.
Dengler
Sorry,
of
I think
Song.
we have a little more investigating to get done before we lift off of this place. Eros. All right. So, don't take this wrong, but what kind of weapons do you have right now?
Me personally,
Yes.
I've got my pistols.
Okay. Just in case this turns south, because it seems like these pirates are more of the, and if they're really the Reds, they're more of the shoot first, steal your stuff afterwards. So, you might need to be on the ready. If this man turns out to be one of those individuals, we have to shoot him. Just know that the paperwork is absolutely massive if you shoot first. You know, it's actually preferred that you respond to the threat or something of that sort. But
I'm not sure how I feel about not shooting first.
well, I'm just saying that it's more work. It's a lot more work for me. I don't mind doing it, but I may be sitting there in the cabin doing a bunch of paperwork for a long time.
Kettle is like, I object.
I object.
What do you object to?
Shooting.
Well, what if they shoot at us?
I object.
Well, you tell them that when they start shooting at us.
Can do.
Okay, so let's go and visit this man.
So you're going back to Dengler?
Yes.
You're flying up to the station.
Oh, he's not in the warehouse? Okay.
No.
Never mind. All right, well, we'll do that afterwards then.
Okay. That's why I was like, I just want to make sure.
Sorry, I thought you meant
I
thought you meant the guy we talked to when we first got to the warehouse.
No. That's
okay.
the same guy.
Okay.
That's Bob
Okay.
or whatever his name is. Oh no, that's Starch Monster. Sorry.
Well, let's take a fly around of the tidal locked portion of the moon, dark side of the moon, and see what we can see. Because obviously, we have a cat on our tail.
So there's a cat in the shuttle. It's actually Kettlel. She's the one making that noise. She's recently been trying to try communication with non-sapient, non-sentient species, and she believes it's possible. You just have to get the right tone of meow.
Meow.
So you fly over there. No need for a piloting roll. It's a super simple trip. Now, for those of you watching on the YouTube recording, which is probably the vast majority of you who are actually watching this, I've been trying to pull viewers in a little bit more on the live part of this, because we're actually streaming this right now. And so, just before...
Yes.
Just before we started, I hopped onto my Discord, and I mentioned it in chat as well. I gave everyone a link to a straw poll to kind of do a pseudo choose-your-own-adventure to decide what you guys are going to find when you got there. And it's a cat! There's a cat!
By a monster. Turn back to page 23.
There's, Now, that poll has been closed for a bit, because I thought you guys were going to go there immediately, and then you didn't.
Well,
But that's...
we kind of blew up our airship.
But that's okay. That's okay. Now, the vote's over, Hourglass. The vote's over. However, so the audience has voted, and so when you come over to the region, which is the part of this moon that pretty much always faces down towards Dareth itself, because tidal locked side, you pretty much immediately see a large lattice of weird, flickering, glittering somethings on the ground.
What's that?
Weird, flickering, glittering somethings.
Evasive maneuvers.
Good, okay, good. Give me the piloting roll.
I'm not sure what we're looking at here. What is this? Oh, okay, we're moving. Move. Something bad, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the same boat. I'm like,
15.
15. Okay, so I'm assuming you're going to dive for the surface or for orbit?
No, we're gonna dive for the weird glittering.
You can do that too, but that's surface. Excuse me.
So yeah, I'm gonna dive more for the surface.
Good idea. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Sorry. Good. Thank God you're going towards the quest, not away from it. Sorry.
That too. I'd like to try and get a closer look at whatever this is, but still trying to maintain a safe distance, and if something happens, be able to have more of a controlled crash.
Okay. So, I already did my roll. A missile goes flying by where you were a few seconds ago. First time we've actually had missiles involved in combat. Obviously, they have their own transit path, basically. Not going to go into the separate rules for that because it doesn't really matter right now. But they are something is firing missiles at you. However, now that you're far closer to the ground, you get a look at that. I'm not going to make you roll for this, arrows, because you've seen this before. That's a scanner array. Now, this is a good time to do a little setting building, so forgive me for pulling everything up. But all three of you would know this. Remember, Primus is actually pretty unadvanced technologically. They have not the greatest actual tech, because so much of their civilization and sneezes have been developed around Magitech, which was all reliant on Primus itself. When they started going out to the stars, they kind of had to start from scratch. Now, the Empire, when they showed up, did assist a little bit, basically getting to the point where they wouldn't be in constant peril of horrible death because space is kind of dangerous. But that's about as far as they went with that. My point here, though, is that, as I mentioned earlier, and I did point this out, your scanners are pretty basic out in space. It's basically a radar. This kind of array is way higher tier than that. This is the kind of thing that would be able to give specific data on not just an object is moving through space, but its composition, who's on board it, what's on board it, that kind of a thing. This is something that should not be here.
What?
Also, I'm just going to assume you're doing another evasive roll.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be stopping.
This is a good time to mention that there's no proximity or locked-on warning in this shuttle. In case you're wondering why there was never any alert that the missile was coming.
What? They don't encounter that in normal shipping?
Strangely enough, no. Now,
Wow.
This missile rolled crap to hit you, so you're probably good.
So, thank God I have the advantage on piloting rolls, because my first roll was a natural 1.
Oh.
My second roll was a natural 20.
Oh,
that's good.
Nice. Okay,
The missile redirects to its source.
Yeah, you just kind of love tap the missile and it goes flying back. And no, you easily dodge the second missile that is coming out. I'm going to say with that good of a roll, you're able to kind of get a little bead on where it's coming from, and there's a small... It's almost invisible. Like, you wouldn't have noticed it, except you see the third missile being launched. And it's like this little... I know my viewers can't see me, but like on the surface of the moon, there's just this chunk. Yeah, thank you for repeating that. So
it's a SAM site.
Yeah, it's a SAM site, but it's a very well hidden one. And again, you probably wouldn't have even seen it, except you rolled really high. And you saw it launch the third missile at you.
Okay. Can we get any kind of tracking on the missile and fire back? Or
You're probably a good enough pilot to just shoot at it as it's coming at you if you want to.
Okay, sure.
Oh, wait, no, you're not.
Wow, what do you bring someone down?
Well, no, I'm sorry. You have no guns on this shuttle.
Oh,
well,
We do
it's
have
not the
guns on
fighter.
the shuttle.
Well,
They're
okay.
just not hooked to
You have 2 guns on this shuttle that are hanging out in the back there. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, you don't have firepower. You have no armament.
All right, so more evasive maneuvers.
Woo! Give me another roll. You're probably going to make this one at this point.
It's
I keep rolling utter garbage to hit you.
So 19.
Yeah, I keep rolling complete crap to hit you. My best is an 11 so far to hit the damn shuttle. Eros is like, just dancing around the missiles. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, by the way, you guys should probably hold on.
Yeah, at this point, I
that's what
assume
I'm doing already.
Aberoon's like holding on. Kettlil is just bouncing around in the back in her vac suit.
I'm in my vac suit. I'm safe.
That's an interesting perspective to have. So, what are you going to do?
So I'm assuming we should try and investigate the SAM site to see if there's any indication of who or what is firing at us.
Okay. So you're going to go towards the SAM site?
Well, I'm going to ask Mr. Aberoon.
Hey, boss man. Should we go
he
toward the
says,
things that are shooting at us?
Whatever will get the missiles to stop shooting at us. If we get close enough, can they not track or something?
Oh, right. I should change the current location.
Yeah, that's absolutely a thing.
Okay.
I'm going to roll charisma on that.
Yeah, that's a complete lie. You better counter.
-2 wisdom.
Deception roll. There. Counter deception.
Sure.
I want to know what he rolls before I tell him.
5.
Wow, I rolled a 4.
Wow. So, here's what I'm picturing. Kettle, give me a charisma real quick.
18 plus...
So I don't care. So
Okay.
I picture the two of you are like, so this is gonna, yeah, no, that's totally gonna, that's a thing. And then
I think what
Aberon's like,
happens is that we just like look at each other and share a look like we both know that we're not telling each other the truth, and then we just both turn and do it anyway.
and then Kettle is like, why are you two lying at each other? It's completely innocent. Just, what are you doing?
Wait, what are you talking about? You both know that's not the case.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, you're doing that thing so you feel better about doing something stupid. Oh!
Fourth missile incoming.
Hold on. Hey, Kettlelil, hold my beer.
That always ends well.
Okay.
Surely they have to run out of missiles soon.
I rolled a 5 to hit you.
So I rolled a 10 for my piloting.
Jesus, that should have hit you. That totally should have hit. I rolled a 5. Swoosh.
So did I.
Swoosh.
So, well, I mean, my total was a 5. I rolled a 3. So, you're beelining towards the SAM site. What's your plan of action here with your unarmed shuttle? I mean, ramming speed is possible. I mean,
I turn to Eros and say, "Is that thing? All right, be straight up with me. Is that thing automated or is it manned? Somebody can be directing the. Okay. I guess.
Wait. Let me activate the scanners.
Do we have scanners?
You have a radar.
I look over there like the Game Boy hooked up to the console.
Hang on. Okay, it's got to boot up. Give it a second.
At least maybe I can get like some bearing on what's down there, even if it's really nebulous.
Okay. So you send out a pulse.
Yeah.
And you get back nothing but jam.
Okay.
You've been
Is it
jammed.
raspberry?
Yes, it's raspberry.
There's no. I mean, I haven't used scanners, but I think this is probably jammed or not working or something.
Stuff in there is level 50.
There's level 50
All
guys in the SAM site, so you need to be really careful about that.
Is there somewhere you can like set us down near the SAM site that will provide us some sort of cover?
And that's
On it.
pretty much what my plan was, yeah.
Okay.
On it would be your safest bet, literally on top of it.
All right. Well, I've got my shotgun. As long as I don't get shot in the face again.
So go ahead and give me the piloting roll to maneuver on top of it. And do me a favor and take away your advantage for this roll.
Okay. So that's going to be a 17.
Okay, so that's still sufficient. So, you dodge one last missile as you're coming in, and you just kind of swoop around and plop down really roughly on top of it. And you even feel the shuttle kind of tilt forward as the SAM site goes back down. And now what?
So I look out the cockpit window, or if there's any other windows.
5,000 pirates are charging you, screaming with machetes. And
they all
Jason
die in the...
Voorhees masks.
Wait, this is like Dracula 2000 or something like that?
No, I'm kidding. You see the scanning array out there.
Okay. So I look to cock my shotgun and realize it doesn't do that. And say, well, I guess we're in it now. This is not exactly what I signed up for, but hey, it's fun. It's adventurous, right? Look for reaffirmation.
Kittles.
Okay.
Kittle is like, no, I don't want to go in there and get killed by missiles and scanners.
I don't want to go get. Well, I would know I wouldn't get killed by scanners. I was spacefaring for a while.
Now, this would be a good time to mention that your tricorder, sis,
Yeah.
can detect life forms. That's what it's meant to do.
Oh, hey guys, I can maybe find life stuff.
Great. What exactly does that mean?
It means I rolled a 3 and can't find life stuff.
Okay.
God, you seriously rolled a 3?
I rolled a 3.
So, she pulls the scanner out, and she fumbles with it. And like a minute passes.
Is something supposed to be happening?
Hang on. Okay, I see a half-elf, half-dwarf.
Yeah,
and hang on.
It's probably me. There's not many of those around.
I see a Luvari. Oh, there's an
Okay.
Indethan around here.
Huh. Okay, so that's useless.
And, like, hang on, I'm getting something. Looks like about 100 something. There's all sorts of races.
What type of range are we talking like here?
What do you mean by range?
Like, you say 100, but is that 100 within 10 feet or 100 within 10 miles? I mean,
They're all dogpiling the shuttle.
look, I'm just trying to figure out how dense we're talking here.
We'll say...
no, those are bacteria.
No.
If they're dogpiling the shuttle, I'm taking off.
Just turn the wipers on,
Yeah, there you go. No, so we'll say within about kilometer or so, maybe 2.
Okay, not as bad as I thought.
Actually, I should look that up. But they're all
Okay,
down.
well-
I know that's a big surprise.
Well, I think the longer we sit here, the more of a chance we have of somebody chalking some personal missile over and blowing up the shuttle. So maybe we should leave and at least get some bearings on wherever we are. See who's around.
So you mean exit the shuttle and investigate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to investigate the SAM launcher.
Okay.
It's so well hidden that obviously it's there. But if not for the fact that you knew it was there, you probably wouldn't be able to see it.
I want to see if I can find an access panel.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom roll.
What's a 12?
You look around, but you don't seem to see anything like that around it.
Are we all sticking together?
Good
I would
question.
assume so.
So I guess I will assist.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'm on the lookout for any approaching people or anything of that sort.
Well, hundreds of Jason... Oh, I already did that thing.
Yes.
My assist roll that was wisdom. It's a 14.
Suddenly, Gemini Man pops out. Sorry, that his song just fired up. So, okay. As you're looking around, you notice that ads won't go away. You notice a sliding part of one of the nearby panels as part of the scanning array, just kind of neatly and pop parts away, and a few people, average humanoid height and one smaller humanoid, kind of pop out in suits and start waddling towards you. They're still a decent ways away, though, like quite a ways.
Okay, do they have like big, huge, weapons or anything, or are they just waddling?
They do have weapons.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, I take cover.
Okay, so you hide behind the shuttle. What are the other two of you doing?
Did we get into the thing?
No.
Well, then, I look at Erosya and see what he does.
All eyes turn towards the Lavari.
They appear to be walking towards us.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going towards the shuttle.
Okay. What other cover is in the area?
I'm going to say none. Like, I mean, I guess if you put yourself all the way down completely on your belly, you might be able to hide in one of the very small crevices of one of the scanner, like, inputs, you know, or not inputs, what's the word?
Like
Craters, I guess, yeah. But it's not like a full satellite, because it's more like, it's like an array, like,
okay.
So like a foot down. But you could probably squeeze yourself in there if you really tried.
So how is what is the SAM site? I mean, is it literally just flush with the ground, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Except when it pops out, obviously.
Okay. So I'm going to go to the far side of the shuttle and basically watch from the back corner.
Okay.
And watch the individuals that are approaching.
Okay. So given that, Kid a Little, what are you doing?
Take cover.
All right. Now, viewers at home, let's get a little bit more choose your own adventure into this. Here we go. 5 kilometers. That's your range. Just write that down. 5 clicks. So, viewers at home, how aggressive are these pirates on approach? Because they could just open fire on the shuttle from range, or they could try to move in and investigate the shuttle, or they can, like, try to flank it. Which of these actions? Vote now! Text to 123. Don't actually do that.
8675309.
There you go. Viewers at home. Okay, so Erois says they should investigate. It does, in fact, have a windshield. Bragwin says investigate.
Yeah.
Javin says kills the good guys.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yes. Anytime you see lol, it means kill the good
it's
guys.
the guy with 2 swords. That's what that means.
That's what lolcats actually is all about. Hourglass says investigate. I'm going to give it like 10 more seconds here. Okay, so Berenian says that they're Daleks. So they just start opening fire. No, okay. That's
Exterminate! Exterminate!
So they start investigating. So they approach the shuttle, and they do 2 rolls, one of which is terrible, and one of which is terrible. God, guys. So they don't see anything. They just approach the shuttle, and then like one of them goes towards the front of it to look in the windshield. They see no one in there, obviously. The other one hits the opening on the outside of the shuttle and pokes in, weapon at the ready, and looks in and is like, oh.
No one in there.
So
no one in
we're
here.
kind of in an odd situation because when you're in space, you can't actually talk to anyone else if they're not in your comms.
Yep. There's also a...
I thought you said there were 3 guys.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did. You're right. I'm sorry. The third guy is also poking his head inside with his gun. Like,
I said, should we just try and arrest some of them? They seem to be kind of splitting up.
I want to try and get behind the 2 guys that are at the door looking in.
all right, give me a stealth roll with -30.
Well, hey, to be fair, they can't hear him. They can't hear him.
But no, just
Wow.
a stealth roll, dex roll.
Yeah, that's a natural 17, so 21.
Nice. Okay. I guess I need to do a counter roll for these. So you're going to go around the guy in the front, the guy in the windshield?
No, so the one guy went towards the front. The 2 guys are at the side.
Yep.
I was coming around the back of the ship
Gotcha.
to get behind the 2 guys at the door.
So I just want my viewers at home to know I don't make any of this stuff up. I just roll. I mean, I've been known to flub for the sake of story, but I just rolled a 2 and a 4 on their awareness roll to see Guido or
Sounds
to
about
see
right.
Arrows. Okay, I know you're there, train. You can stop honking. God damn. So, they don't see you. Honk.
Two pistols.
Reach
Right
for the
behind their
sky.
head. So, what I'm going to do is basically, with the barrel, tap on the back of their helmets.
Okay. I have to think about this now. Alright. So I'm thinking one possible reaction is, Second possible reaction is whirl and fire. Third possible reaction is scream, freak out, pass out. Fourth possible action is...
Slowly turn around.
Slowly turn around. 4 possible actions. I got a D4 right here. Let's see what they do, because I have no idea. That's a 2. So they turn around firing blindly. So they get... each of them get an attack roll at massive penalty to hit. What's your AC?
11.
11. So yeah, that misses. And that one will hit. So one of them hits you with basically a blind shot for 1 damage. Energy, if it matters.
Nope.
So, and I guess you're in initiative now. So roll initiative, everybody.
Do I get a reaction?
Oh yeah, you get. Well, actually, what I was going to do is I was going to give you a what do you call it? A surprise round, where you just get a round of actions here. So I suppose if you want to do that now, go ahead while we're rolling initiative.
Okay. So
9 to 9.
1 shot on each pistol, which are still basically point blank on their helmets.
Basically, I just want you to not roll a 1 on the attack there.
That's a 5 plus it's a dex, so 9.
Okay. So that's this. This is them.
And that's a 10.
Okay. Snarg, what's your initiative?
He's Snarg's joining us.
Suddenly Snarg comes flying in out of space.
He says, "Oh wait, I can't use my geomancer stuff. See ya."
Screw this. I'm out.
I have a 10.
Okay.
My initiative ends up being a 22, by the way.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so give me the damage on the 2 pistol shots. It only bothers me when I'm recording, Bregwin. Although trains don't come by here very often, so it's not a huge issue. Planes, on the other hand, that's all the time. Like every few minutes.
Hold on, I need more dice.
5 minutes from the airport.
Well, yeah, I live right next to an airport, basically. Although that only bothers me for recording, too. I actually find it soothing, the sound of the airplanes. I like that lunamancy.
It just sounds like I've gone insane.
Exactly. It's like the Twilight's hammer, except in a single class.
I'll kill you with the moon.
23 damage for the first one.
Okay, so he's super dead. It goes right through his helmet. I should be mean. Make it puncture the hull, but I'm not going to do that.
16 damage for the second one.
That will also kill him. So, Eros, it's your turn.
What's the guy that went up to the cockpit doing?
Looking in through the cockpit at his 2 buddies' corpses. And he can't do anything because it's not his turn yet. He's actually next.
Okay. I'm going to take aim.
Okay.
And hold my action.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So he's going to draw. And then aim and then shoot is the events that he's going to go through. I'll just tell you that right now.
So if he's not surrendering,
Which
then
he's not.
I'll fire.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 11. Which I'm assuming misses.
That will actually miss. Holy crap. You do have your second action, though.
Oh, right. Oh, so that's going to be an 18.
That will hit.
Okay. $19.
19. All right, so Kettlil, here's what I want you to do, okay?
Okay.
You just suddenly hear... And you're like, what was that? And you kind of roam around the side of the shuttle, and you see 3 corpses just kind of floating in the low gravity.
I thought I said don't kill people! I'm gonna go do health checks to see if they're dead.
Well, on the plus side, you did take the less paperwork option. Wow.
I'm assuming they're all dead.
There's low atmosphere hourglass. She can hear it. Shut up. It's a moon, not space base.
There's... Wow, I say...
No,
these people are just bloodthirsty.
Abaroon has had his comm on this.
Oh, he's just left it on. There you go. There you go. So, you do the healing check. They're mega dead. They've been shot through the head. One of them
gave him a chance to surrender.
One of them's a dwarf. One of them's a banderling, and one of them is a sclavi.
I guess we have to have another moment of silence because you guys keep just killing everyone.
Are they painted up in red at all?
You gonna remove them from their vac suits?
Well, I meant their suits.
No, the suits are not painted with anything.
Okay, I don't know if they were that into branding or not. Okay. Did they have some sort of communicators on them?
Of course, in the suits, just like you do.
It's built in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess that doesn't help us a lot.
Take them out the suit.
Well, I've never done this before, but I suppose we could drag one in and then use that so you can get a beat on what's going on. So I'll grab one of them and drag it into the ship so we can get some atmosphere. And see if we can figure out what's going on through their comms network if people are talking on it.
Okay. So you bring them into the shuttle. I need to roll a dice, actually. There we go. So you pop open their suit. You notice that all of them have a tattoo. Which you actually recognize. I'm not going to make you roll for this. You recognize it as the tattoo of the Reds from Planetside. And the comm in the helmet is going off now, and it's someone in a loud and angry tone demanding a status update.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Is anybody going to say anything?
We're fine. How are you? I can't remember the whole line.
We're fine. We're very fine. There's a dangerous lake. There's a radiation lake. Very, very dangerous. Yeah, I can't remember it either. Kettlil, are you doing anything?
I mean, they're dead. I'm observing a moment of silence for the dead.
Well, whoever's in the comm certainly isn't observing a moment of silence. He's yelling. Rah, rah, rah. Respond! Respond! Unit 13, respond! Alright, we're sending reinforcements.
I'll do it. I'll start rubbing like some paper against it while I'm talking. It's like, hello? Hello?
Hello, Unit 13!
Yeah, this is some weird stuff down here, but we got it taken care of.
Give me a charisma roll, first of all.
Sure.
This is obviously deception.
Okay, that's a 7.
Oh my god.
That's
okay.
almost as low as I could roll.
So, okay. So, oh my god, what kind of stuff are you talking about? It's just a shuttle, right? It's a Granville shuttle. Did you get the crew and passengers? Is it UFP?
No, not UFP.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, report back immediately. We got bigger problems to deal with. We'll open the hatch for you.
Okay, great. We'll bring the people we found with us.
And he cuts it off.
All right. So, here's the deal. They kind of want us to come back, or they want these people to come back.
No,
So
no.
we
It sounded like they said they wanted us to come too. So
Yeah, so obviously they have no idea whose voice sounds like what, so maybe they won't recognize us if we go in.
That's literally my reaction. I'm looking at you.
I would say we could swap suits, but they have holes in them.
Also, one of your suits is around an Entithan, who's 9 feet tall, and a plant person.
We could be like, that's just a Lugian with a skin condition, you know?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But they're expecting someone to come back. So we've only got a limited amount of time. These are definitely the Reds. I recognize the tattoo, which means they are serious business. I don't know what this little sensor station is doing out here. I don't know why they need that, but I don't think we're going to be able to take off without getting shot at, so I only see another path forward. If we can get to the sensor station, I can contact the UFP and get some actual assault craft up here. But I imagine these sensors on this shuttle are nowhere near powerful enough to do that.
Unlikely, yeah. I mean,
I'm not even responding to that.
if we can get inside, there's got to be some kind of central observation center that the SAM site is operated from. I should be able to disable the missile launcher.
Well, as long as you're confident you can do that, then we should get inside there and start trying to do it.
I got this.
Okay.
maybe Colin backup.
So, okay. Are you? I want you to describe to me how you're going, because the hatch is open over there. Like, are you just wandering in, carrying the bodies, with no anything that you guys are doing at all?
Well, I don't know if you carry them. Wait, actually, what weapons did they have on them?
They had pretty standard ballistic, like rifles, basically.
Okay. Well, at least I can use them. They're not my focus, but I think about handing one to the tree. I don't. Are you good with your 2 pistols, Eros? All right, so I'll pack one.
Okay. So you've got it's just an assault rifle, very basic. And yeah. So and you're just walking in.
Well, are there any other hatches or entrances that we can see on this little array?
How long do you want to spend walking around on it looking?
They said they would notice it.
A couple minutes, I guess.
Okay, you don't see any.
Okay, so seems like one way in. I'm guessing. Well, I don't have much of a better idea than just trying to get in there, unless we have you can think of some other way in. Just
really?
Walking through the airlock.
What are the chances that one of these Reds has, for lack of a better description, a Pip-Boy that actually has like some kind of map so that they don't get lost?
I love the idea, but no. Maybe later. Really quick, Berenian, do me a favor and come up with a species, a Primus species. So, you walk over, carrying the bodies, right? Just make sure I have the scene in my head.
Yeah.
Carrying the bodies in. You are just walking over. God, I can't believe you guys are doing this. You jump down the hatch. There's about 8 guys with guns out, pointing at you, waiting for you.
Okay.
Then they just surrender. Surrender or die.
Okay. I didn't realize we were all going in together.
I don't. Okay.
Well, if you want to do it that way, we could say who jumped down first.
I probably would.
Okay, so there's 8 guys with their all got their guns out, aimed right at your face.
Say, okay, I'm not doing anything.
So who's second?
Were you following him?
Kettlewell?
I was waiting to hear back before I jump into the den full of bad guys.
You don't know there's bad guys in there.
I do know there's bad guys
guns
in there. That's where the guys that were shooting at us came from.
Oh, fine.
All right, screw it. Yeah, I jump in. I would have had my hands on my pistols, holstered.
I mean, you could
But-
definitely get a couple shots off if that's what you're
No.
going with, but
No.
okay. So, Kettlelil, you're now up there alone.
Well, is it safe?
No.
Okay, I'll meet you back at the shuttle.
Yeah, it's safe.
So are you seriously leaving them to do this
No,
dungeon
I'm
by
kidding.
themselves? So you drop in.
It's not like I'm
No.
any good. I'm not.
Is it? So I'm just going to make this simple. Is anybody going to resist this initial capture? Let me just lay that blanket question out there.
No, I asked to be taken to whoever's in charge.
Eros?
Really? Take me to your leader? That's what you're going with?
Yeah. Look, this is standard operating procedure when faced with a hostile organization or country. Claim I am a diplomat. Something has happened. I need to speak to your leader immediately.
I'm a healer. Please don't shoot the medic.
Are you actually saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Eros, are you going to try and resist? Again, I'm not going to prevent you from doing it. I just want to know for the sake of setting the scene.
Are they disarming me?
They're going to ask you to hand over your pistols.
I'm going to want these back.
So, after disarming you, and they repressurize, atmosphere comes on, you can take off your helmets now if you choose to. A mite walks up,
Okay.
and he's got the tattoo right there on the underside of the jaw. And he looks up at the three of you and says, "Hello, my name is Berenian, and I'd love to know what you're doing at my sensor array." And we're going to cut it off there.
Okay.